It's Christmas time. I'm Virgil from Basic Ingredients. We're an online shop that sells bread mixes, cake mixes, and much more. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to use a fruitcake mix. Our fruitcake is a real Christmas hero, and it is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Our mix takes the stress out of making Christmas cake and still has the gorgeous, rich, fruit-filled deliciousness. To make it easier for you, we have put together a fruitcake kit. It contains 500 grams of fruitcake mix, 500 grams of mixed fruit, an 8-inch round cake tin, 1 sheet of silicone paper, 100 grams of glaze for the cake, and a recipe sheet. You will also need 250 ml of water, 3 eggs which are not provided in the kit. For today, I'm using extra cherries, green and red, and a few nuts to top the cake, which are optional. For a more traditional Christmas cake, I've soaked my fruit in alcohol. You could soak your fruit in whatever alcohol you want to. The longer you soak your fruit, the better it is. The first thing we need to do is line our tin and preheat our oven to 150 degrees. I have already lined my tin with the silicone paper provided. To show you how easy it is to mix the cake batter, I'm not going to be using any electric mixer. I'm just going to use a whisk and a mixing bowl. So to mix batter, all you need is water, drop in your eggs, with the whisk, just give it a quick whisk just to combine all the liquids. Add in your cake mix all at once. Again, give it a good mix. Now you will realize that the cake mix, and this is for fruit cake mixes, it's a bit wet and a bit stiff as well at the same time. If you do touch it, you will find that it is a bit wet, but it is a bit stiff as well, if that makes sense. Once all the ingredients are combined, all you do is add your fruit mix. And just with the spatula that I have here, just fold your fruit into your cake batter. And just fold that fruit into the cake batter. And that's it. Your mixing is done. Now, all that's left to do is spoon it into a prepared tin. Start by filling it from the sides and work your way around to the middle. When you do fill up the tin, when you're leveling it, make sure the sides of the tin are a little bit more higher than the middle of the tin. So pushing it towards the sides, as the center of the cake is going to rise much more than the sides. So for the cake top, all I did was mix those extra ingredients, the glassy cherries and mixed nuts, in the same bowl that I mixed the fruit cake mix in. And all you have to do now is just tip it on top. Again, try and get it output, as it is going to expand in the middle. So just try and press it down a little bit. That's it. It's ready for the oven. When placing it in the oven, try and use your needle racking and make sure the tin is right in the middle. So your cake would take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours depending on your oven. This is a cake that I made earlier. To make sure your cake is baked, make sure you do the skewer test. A skewer test is all you do is pick up a skewer, poke it into the cake, try to make sure it's in the middle, pull it out. If it comes up clear, you know your cake's ready. Make sure you cool your cake before you take it off the tin. Now to glaze it. Heat the glaze in a small saucepan like this and just brush it on top of the cake. Why do we glaze the cake? One is for decorative purposes. The other one is to retain the moisture in the cake. So by adding a glaze, all the moisture in the cake won't escape. Now there's different designs you could do on top of your cake, or different nuts or fruits you could use on your cake. You could use apricots, you could use pecan nuts, you could use cashew nuts, you could do all sorts of things. Once you have covered the top of the cake with the glaze, there's a few additional things you could do to make it look better. You don't have to do this, but it's always nice. Here I got some ribbon just lying around. So what I'm going to do is cover the cake, the sides of the cake, and just with a toothpick, push it in place. Make sure you remove the toothpick before it gets cut. And just because it's Christmas, holly. Merry Christmas.